Police are probing the death of a man who was killed by a mob in St. Elizabeth sometime after 2 Saturday afternoon in Myersville. It's reported that the man broke into a house, stole items including cash, and was attempting to leave. He was, however, confronted by residents. It is alleged he brandished a knife in a bid to escape, but residents used stones and other cutting tools to inflict wounds on him.
Hold on, no man. Not just the other day me I talk about this. Not just the other day me I said to you, say Jamaican people believe in a capital punishment, you know. Them not care if the crime fit the punishment or not, you know. If you thief a goat, if you rob somebody house, you broke into somebody house, burglary, yo, then we kill you. Then we burn up your body, chop you up, drop big stone in the head and mash you up. Them not care, oh, he stole this, oh, he stole that, oh, he stole a goat, oh, he stole a cow. Ain't a matter. Them a deal with it like, yo, are the wickedest thing. You're working at the people them house? You ravage through the people them things, you thief people. Yo, you're free dead, you thief, you're free dead. You understand? Jamaican people, no for them believe in a capital punishment. Drop a big stone in a boy head, no.
Police further report that residents subsequently set the would-be getaway vehicle on fire with the man inside the unit. The injured man was eventually taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. He has been identified as Jermaine Davis of a Silver Grove, Mandeville, Manchester address. The victim of the alleged burglary was left stunned. She explained she left her house just minutes before.
Cook for me dinner.
A peaceful place, this and this can happen, no?
Yeah, man, a peaceful place. When me come one crowd of people like nothing surround the place. You ain't go in a house, price up every, me just like, all of me jar them, me chest jar, me two jar with the key and me just take out the money as well.
For four people, F around and find out, guy. You F around and you find out. I guarantee you the vehicle where the man a drive. Me don't know if I rental, if I borrow, if I own. But I better say anything when did a thief out of the house there, no cost as much as the vehicle. And in terms of him life, you know, he don't look like he did value anything. Cause him dash it away. Him dash him 3 point them. And the people him take it without a second. Guess them just say, boy, you have to go. You understand? Hurricane Melissa mash up the place. The people them must suffer. And you come a thief. What you do, youth? You in a St. Elizabeth in a time like this left from where? Manchester? You come down here say a thief, boy? Big stone in the head. No. Dirt that. I hear a bag of talk go around, you know. All sorts of people are comment. All sorts of people are give opinion about the 150 million loan. 150 million US dollars loan to the JPS by the Jamaican government. I have a question for you still. Just me. I'm asking a serious question. The guy Darrell Vaz, is he Minister of Energy or Minister of House Building? I'm just asking. Only can come tell me. In the comments, drop a comment or a few. Make me know if Darrell Vaz is the Minister of House Building or is he the Energy Minister? Energy Minister. So the money where him a oversee, I feel what department? You know what say, sense no really a sense of my time. I realize say a lot of the people we are comment on this topic, them are PNP, you know. Them are real die-hearted PNP. So sure as they're gonna be pushing back on anything with the JLP them a do. Because of politics them a play. The opposition party a move like the real opposition to everything. Them not really and truly care about the people them, you know. Them argument, them just a mislead the people them. Them a tell us say the money could be used for house building when it could not. That money is not allocated for house building. You're not supposed to know that. Common sense no common. How is it that you're asking the Minister of Energy to deal with house building? Just a ask no. Brain, earth, calling. Next thing of note, I wonder. Have you seen the damaged areas? Have you seen the amount of light poles, the light wire them were tear down? You see them all over, pan top of people's house, pan top of people's businesses. Have you seen the light posts them and the light wire them all over? Shouldn't those be fixed back before you even talk about put up the house them back? Because those are hazard, right? How you gonna deal with that? How you gonna fix back a man house when the light post they in him house? JPS need to come sort out that first. JPS need to sort out a lot of the areas before the people them even begin to build back. You're supposed to know that. That's a common sense. We are talking about get the youths them back in a school, hospitals and them places, the clinics and stuff up and running. I'm just asking. You don't want shops and supermarkets up and running in a certain places and you not talk about generator. You know where you have over $10 per day for run a generator? Make it make sense. I'm not talking about the generator where I run a big house. I talk about just a regular generator, like a 2-bedroom. I tell you say $10,000 a day for run that 24 hour. Obviously you're not going to do that because you can't afford it naturally. You understand? Next thing the found out about build back houses and put on rooftops and blase. Uno must feel like say some overnight thing that. Uno must feel like say them are gonna run in and give the people them houses. So imagine all of them people who never actually own the land, who never actually have the proper paperwork. How that a go work? I'm curious. I'm very, very much curious about that.
The government says it will help more people acquire land titles and Westmoreland will get special attention. The commitment follows mounting concerns from stakeholders about land ownership and board structures in the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Carmita Richards is one of the over 5,000 people who lost their home in eastern Westmoreland during Hurricane Melissa. And like many, her family lived in a board structure.
Lost almost everything, my dresser. See me what not. Everything gone.
Beside her, the only house that's left standing on the land that her family has been occupying for years.
Me would need to cover this house, the concrete house.
This is your house here too?
Yes, we would need to cover it. We just cover it and satisfy.
Mayor of Savannah Lamar, Dan Reed Lancey, told TVJ News that as people look to rebuild, the government has to lead the way.
As best as possible, those of us who are rebuilding should try and rebuild with concrete structures.
We need to settle the issue of land tenureship. These persons build board houses for the most part because they don't own the piece of land that they're occupying. We had put forward a proposal to move the time period for you to occupy government land from 60 to 25 years. We think this is time for this government to adopt that policy so that persons in Westmoreland, Eastern Westmoreland and the rest of Westmoreland, can gain rightful tenureship to the piece of land that they're on so that they can build a more permanent structure to prevent a disaster of this magnitude in the future.
Whoa, King Musabi, Wolande. From 60 to 25? No, brother. No, that can't work. We need to cut that down to like 5 or 10 at most, people. In all honesty, in those damaged areas, I think the government should go in, evaluate, and some of the people that have been living there who can prove that they have been living on government land, they should automatically get piece of land. Do not get me wrong, I know it's wishful thinking. I know, wishful thinking, man. I dream. The government care about poor people? Don't make me laugh. No, make me laugh. All of these preparations and contingencies and stuff what them I do, I know for help poor people. You understand? Enough poor people right now are saying, me I go get free house, or me I go get rooftop. People, me I go do the mathematics for now. Well, and Andrew talk a little bit, then me I go do the mathematics for the people them. So now have an understanding.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness explained that the government is already crafting measures to address the issue of land ownership in the parish.
What we are doing now is to use this opportunity to see how best we can regularize many of the persons who have been occupying lands informally. It is an opportunity to bring structure, to bring permanence, and to look at the plight of many citizens who have not had the benefit of land security.
And so, over the next few months,
I've given Minister Montague an assignment to see how best we can scale up the land titling programs that we have under the NLA, including the systematic land titling program, which will bring titles and regularization to many communities.
Yep, long shot. Jamaica have a better chance of building some rockets and sending them to the moon or Mars or somewhere. You're right. Yeah, anyhow. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to the nitty gritty. A lot of people, them are ball over the 150 million US dollars. So the lady who them feature in this video who lost her home, she's one of over 5,000 people who lost their homes in eastern Westmoreland. Over 5,000, right? Make me break it down for you people. If we were to go house by house and evaluate and assess and say, okay, them house here, they mash up, some of them mash up, but we just deal with the rooftop because we can't really deal with the overall building of a brand new house. Say we are going to fix up some house and we are going to just put on house top, right? So roofing we are deal with, we are talking about zinc. We're not talking about decking, we are talking about zinc, board, labor and stuff like that. And say we evaluate and say 1 million Jamaican dollar per house. 1 million Jamaican dollar per house. Remember, in eastern Westmoreland alone, over 5,000 homes gone, 5,000 people lose them house, over 5,000. So if we break it down and we say 1 million per house, we are aid, we are fix up, we are do what we have to do. 1 million per house. How many homes you think we can aid? How many people we can help with 150 million US? Make me give the number, people. Do the mathematics yourself if you think a joke. The result is not even half of 5,000. Isn't that scary? 150 million US would only amount for 2,250 houses. Cause you have to do the maths, people. Multiply 150 million US by 150, right? Do the mathematics there. Then you divide it by 1 million. Divide it by 1 million. And you will get that number. Think about that. The money sound nothing, people. But when you break it down for help the people, the money little bit, it's tiny, it's minute. You understand? So when you know 150 million taxpayer, this, that, and the third, people, me I go school again and again and again. Some in the comments at about you a JLP a pay you account a PNP. Account a PNP. You feel like say anybody that have an opinion difference from y'all must be JLP. Ridiculous.
US dollars to the JPS without the JPS satisfying us that they have the ability to raise the additional $200 million that they would need. And my simple answer, yesterday you recall that the leader of the opposition posed a question to me after my statement to Parliament, pretty much asking why would we release 150 million US dollars to the JPS without the JPS satisfying us that they have the ability to raise the additional $200 million that they would need. And my simple answer was that the people want light. And if I can get a deal where I can lend them $150 million and bring forward the restoration of power in the most affected areas by the end of January, early February, as against April, May, and possibly June, which is a projected timeline of the JPS, then I'm still at a loss as to how he could expect a responsible government to wait for a full financial package, which will take months to conclude and finalize, and not go ahead with the money that the government is prepared to lend on specific terms, which secures the government and the people of Jamaica and the taxpayers, whichever way the situation goes. They have a 5-year loan. If they get a license, a new license, they can raise capital and pay us back in 2 years when the license would be renewed.
Okay, so the first bit of misinformation we have to clear up. Clearly, Darrell Vaz gave us an outline. He gave us a projection. He told us that JPS projected the restoration would be all the way in April, May, possibly even June, the man stated. And he's saying if they can cut the timeline and say, all right, January, February, the latest, it is worth it for the Jamaican people. who no have no power. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Time and time again, I've told y'all, Jamaican people, them don't really have empathy, you know. A lot of them EQ, in our work too well. There is no way you can tell me say them empathy at work. A bag of people like Ganguli, Bounty Killer, a host of people even on my channel complaining about the 150 million JPS is getting for a loan and blah, blah, blah. But me I say, hold on, uno have power. That's why uno dep on the internet. Uno have internet and uno have power. Uno have current. Uno not suffer, you know. I know uno a suffer, you know. But uno attack. Oh, the people them this and that. Who not attack? But you know, say the people them who don't have power, I know them dep on the internet attack. I know them dep on the internet a cuss. Cause that wouldn't make no sense. If them not no power, them not no internet, how would they be on the internet complaining, trolling and all of that? Make it make sense. Can't make sense. So obviously, the people them who are complaining are the people them who are not affected. And them can't put themselves in the situation and think logical. I'll know, you know, a bag of people come out and a bag of people push back. And yet still me no hear one plausible, one sensible argument yet from the PNP them or the PNP supporter them or the people them who hate JPS and a push back on JPS. All I know, not one single argument that makes any shred of sense. People, first thing first, you have to note, you know, if you don't know, Darrell Vaz is the Minister of Energy. Minister of Energy. Him a deal with FEMA department. So FEMA budget for FEMA department. So when you talk about house stop and fixing houses, isn't that the housing sector? Go check the housing sector with the housing sector budget and the money, well, the monies that are allocated for the housing sector, go deal with that over there. So you have different departments, different leaders for different area. Put that in on a pipe and smoke it. Everybody there on Darrell Vaz. What about the housing sector, Minister? What about them people? You no hear from them yet? Alright, go check them. You hear me I say? Go and go check them. Hey, people, understand this, you know. I am not a fan of these politicians, you know. I don't like them. I don't like a bone in them. But I know me elect them. Who know. So no better deal with that. Cause remember, you know, Darrell Vaz is the what? He's the Minister of what? He's the Minister of Energy, Transport and Telecommunications. So why not about this house thing? Go link Pernell Charles. Go link Andrew Holness. You know, see, say, no sense. Unnecessary behavior you not go on with. This is why it is said that common sense is not common at all. I better say no for never think about it. You never even for a second say, hold on, what is he the minister of? What does he control? Or now put him in a housing department and that is not his department. I'm just asking, how you manage to do that?
I see so many pictures of persons giving out packages. And it is becoming almost the in thing now on social media. Everybody is giving out a package. No, I think in the initial days it's necessary. But I'm also very concerned about the dignity of our people. You know, I don't like my country to be shown as people running to get food, running to get fighting over a package and those kind. I don't like that. And it creates a kind of mentality that is not Jamaican. We are independent people at heart. You know, we are independent. We're not supposed to be doing handout. Now, yes, we are in a place where we need to do relief, but we must never give up our dignity. So if you have to give, you don't have to, you know, make it, you know, just give that quietly, man. Give that quietly. Help the people who are in distress preserve their dignity. And the people who are in distress, remember your dignity.
More than that was said, you know, but as mentioned before, a lot of people seem to be irritated by that part. And as mentioned, one of those include dancehall artist Bounty Killer, who decided to criticize the PM about that. And also the government wants to prioritize lending JPS $150 million USD in order to fully restore electricity across the island. Bounty Killer wanting his opinion out there to the public took to social media where he shared this video from vlogger Chris Genius. Before I share the caption, read the video.
All right, so with this whole JPS thing and the government are going to lend them money and this and that, we need to remember people still homeless. So when you now restore all the power and this and that, people still out there without house. People still out there without house. People still homeless. On the need to remember these things. And on the need to prioritize these things now, man. From what they be here said the government I go buy how much container house. Bro, like, come on. Wagwan, me no see where the government are repair no house, a build back no house. Bro, come on. Like, how long are the people have to wait? How long are the people have to wait? It's been 1 month, one seal month since the passage of Hurricane Melissa. 1 month.
I and I no disagree about the parts that the government need to speed it up. Them need to get the people them aid. Help the people them get back them house together and stuff like that, roof over them head. However, it is not one or the other. Ride and whistle at the same time. The energy sector deal with for them side, right? So we need the housing sector to deal with for them. And we need the Prime Minister to make sure I work with the housing sector to get things done timely. Me no disagree with none of that, people, but as me say, ride and whistle. It is not one or the other. It's not, oh, well, no current, no house stop. It should be both. Fix the people them house who can get help, right? And fix the current.
And people still out there. Not a roof over their head, not a house, not have nowhere to stay. People still out there sleep out a door, brother. And every day on the get up garden, a blood cleavers parliament. A war in one another about who this and who that and who this and who crack and this and that. Eh? Every day on the get up on a clap back per media, on a clap back about people this and people I said this, people down there when I know if it's stay, when I know if it's sleep, bro.
Bounty shared that with the caption stating, I totally agree. What's the use of electricity without a home or roof over your head? Priorities are definitely wrong. Food, housing, and necessities is what's first needed in this case. The government, lame star. What a thing if regular citizens didn't rush to the aid of our people. And what about the dignity of the homeless and the shelterless? And of course, that last part is basically a direct hit at the Prime Minister's closing words.
So if you have to give, you don't have to, make it, just give that quietly, man. Give that quietly. Help the people who are in distress preserve their dignity. And the people who are in distress, remember your dignity.
The post was later deleted, although it remains on Bounty Killer's Insta stories.
As me say, people, the PNP them out. Bounty them a PNP them out. Ganguly them a PNP them out. And them a chat a bag of nonsense, bro. Them keep on a put this thing like, it's house or current. House or current. What people are going to do with current and them not no house? Huh? What? So you think it's the people them where don't have no house, when have no house stop, nowhere to live, and them need the current? Yo, Jaja God. Yo, you know say them people are hella different still. Them hella different.
Imagine seeing JPS are robbed Jamaican people over the years. Zillions of dollars. No one to defend the Jamaican people. See? Hurricane Melissa forward. And before the hurricane touched Jamaica, JPS make sure send out a warning and say, them are going to raise them electricity bill. See? That was the first cycle. No Hurricane Melissa pass. And people want a house now for living. And the government take how much million US lend JPS. JPS as a big company where he insure. Them insuring. If they want money, they got blood clot, borrow money from foreign or IMF or whatsoever and run them company. How the government take so much money but them a lend JPS? And people in Jamaica now, where Hurricane Melissa mash up to ground when they have no house, nowhere to sleep. You prefer taking money, give JPS. Then, secure some house so people can have something over their head if you go sleep night time. We not chat about Christmas light, Christmas. Fuck Christmas light. People want house to live in. When the light run, then on put light before people, before humanity, you know. On put light. So when they get the light, where the light are going to run go? And they chop all in them. And they look a shelter them where people are, you know. Yo, as a be mad people, they about you. And the worst part, you know, the people can't look beyond colors, you know. Just because a JLP and a JLP, some people are saying, it's like everything where government do, they're right. And who know people where jump for JLP, you know, some of them suffer like dog, you know. And the government now take some of your money they go, you know. Look how much people who fight for blood clot Labour Right Party for years. Now get a rascal out. Hungry to the day, yeah. I won't even take some of your said money then want help on the supporters then. Since I saw, make me put it there so I can't reach. See? This is not about the people them again. This is about themselves. I'm not dealing with politics. I can't burn out Mark Golding because Mark Golding never run the country before. I'm not dealing with PMP and Labour. We just deal with truths and rights. See? Under the yard till Labour right. We talk about third term, fourth term. Ask the Prime Minister for some of my money to them, man. And does PMP alone get affected by Hurricane Melissa, you know? I Jamaican people. This is a politics thing. Why would no Prime Minister whosoever not go to some of your money there to try get a nice roof over no head for sleep? No little kids out the door now asleep. I want to prefer light. And JPS I rob Jamaican people over the years. I want to see nothing wrong with that. So nobody not hate JPS again. Because the government I lend JPS money now, so I love JPS now. Okay. The blood clot brainwash your fuck. Wish I could have gone on next planet go live to blood clot. Because one of people have nothing in sense.
Jaja God, the man dep on him camera phone. The man a record, the man have internet, the man have post. This man have current for charge him phone. This man have current and internet. And I talk about people fool. Brother, you see, you can chat where you want to chat, say. But remember, say, if you never did have no current, if you never did have no internet, you would have a different speech. A matter of fact, if your PNP party did in power and them a lend JPS the money, you wouldn't have a problem. Because you're partisan. You pick your party and you lose your senses. You don't think before you talk. So you are talking about JPS this and JPS that. Yes, JPS put on the service. A matter of fact, the Japanese put on the service. Them people, yeah, them are wicked. But you see the Robins where you think them are do? And not really them a rob you, you know. And you wanna people them a rob you. You don't know that. Nobody feel like say a chattings, you know. Cause some people me see them comment and them a say, yo, you just a listen for React and this and that and that. But if I was just listening to React, I wouldn't forward with the evidence. Why me go take time out of my D and forward with the evidence? Forward with the proof and make you see it for yourself. Because remember, you know, if me just a say it, you gonna say, you make it up, Ray. When me I gonna tell you, say, JPS I lose billions, on top of billions a year time because of stolen, you know, bridge light and stuff like that. You gonna say, oh, Ray. And the cost is then, you know, funneled down to us, the paying customers. You're not gonna say, oh, JPS a thief. No, are the citizens, them a thief from JPS. And it a impact we, the paying customers. Did you know that? Did you, or do you care? Do you even care? So why you ball? We are ball for. And don't tell me say, oh, JPS wicked, them mean, them fi just understand, blah, 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 blah. Then why at the start of this video? You see what I go on? I hope it makes sense to you know. At the start of this video, the man broke in at the people in place, broke in at the woman house, and them stab up and jab stone pan the man and light the man on fire in a vehicle and kill the man, fi broke in at the house. So JPS we give everybody free current. Yo, Jano, it's crazy. Imagine a man own a shop or, you know, a restaurant or whatever the case is. And persons come every day and beg, oh, me not no food for eat, oh, me pitney them this, me pitney them that, and Ray, me grandman, this, that, and the third. So if Mr. Chin or Mr. Hang or whoever, now give the free food, you got the jerk man and you beg him some chicken and him no give you. What, him wicked, right? Him mean, right? Him coulda spare piece of chicken. Them coulda give some free goods. Them coulda this, them coulda that. So, them in a business or them in a handout. Them in a business or them in a handout? Me sure say JPS in a business, them not in a handout. I'm just saying.
Jamaica Public Service Company has been named the top performing utility provider in the country for 2025. The award comes even as the company continues to face pressure over its restoration efforts. Dwayne Anderson has the details.
Utilities providers face the wrath of frustrated customers on a daily basis during the best of times. Those frustration levels are worse now in the post-Melissa period, as many residents are still without water, power and internet. The OUR's chief reminded local utilities companies not to rely solely on artificial intelligence AI or automated voice systems to respond to customers' queries or complaints, especially at this time.
It cannot, and I suspect never will, replicate the inflection of empathy in the human voice. The nuanced response to the oddity, peculiarity, and eccentricity of a diverse customer base.
The OUR chief, along with leaders from the local utilities companies, their staff, and stakeholders from the Consumer Advisory Committee on Utilities, took the time on Wednesday night to celebrate the good work observed in the sector over the last few months. The JPS was named the 2025 Utility Provider of the Year. The award was decided by several factors, including
great customer experience, reliability, fairness, keeping promises, and use of technology and innovation.
You can't make it up. We can't make it up, people. Who's scripting this stuff, man? Who's scripting this? The Japanese Punani service actually win Utility Company of the Year. Like, wagwan. After all the years, and this year, them come win, like, people, make it make sense to man. The people in my year on JPS right now, and JPS a win award, like, wow, I'm amazed. And one of the things I pointed out in a previous video, you know, I said to y'all that big up JPS because if lightning or whatever hit your transformer, them have independent contractors, they're very quick all in the rain, them try to put on back your light. That is so crazy to me because when I was a boy, if your light go out, if you get it back in next day or even 2 days, you're lucky. But the fact say they will keep trying and trying. People, me see the transformer blow right next to my yard. It blow. And at 3 times the man them try to fix it tonight. It happening in the evening, in the dark, and them come 3 times and try to fix it. And it kept like going out. Boom. Every minute it like boom. You see me, the man then come back in the morning and try to fix it 2 more times. And it leak again. Boom. It leak again. Boom. Then the man them go, so alright. Boom. Transformer have to change. And about 3 o'clock in the evening, the truck come and change it. I'm just saying, big up JPS for the works. The overs.
Last year, the winner from Digicel provided electric service. Let's think about that. Last year, the winner from Digicel provided electric service in charging station. This year, we heard several nominees, some from JPS providing mobile service. That right there is a testament to how connected we are as utility providers to provide this essential service.
The JPS CEO also made this pledge to the company's customers.
We stand committed and we stand steadfast to work 24/7 to every community until we restore the services that we provide as a block.
For the leadership of the Consumer Advisory Committee on Utilities, Hurricane Melissa has reaffirmed the need to continue to innovate and change.
The public sector consumer bodies, utilities and regulators must shift from the usual reactive response and ways of doing things to a more forward-thinking, enabling environment and engagement with consumers of their goods and services. In short, you need to adapt in order to enable a safe, reliable customer experience that is relevant, creative, intuitive, and most importantly, results-oriented.
Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
I don't know, man. I think it's kind of crazy, ironic that they actually won. My brain is saying, is this fix? Was the fix in? Like, so by the time you just have to wonder how the universe work and how certain things play out, it just looks suspicious as hell. Like, win? No? Una naming at the media like this for so much negative, and then una go get this good press that una want, like, bruh.
We should could have gone on next planet go live to blood clot. Cause one people have nothing in sense.
Say my people, that is what Ganguly is saying, you know. And when I don't know, say me done did sell light from morning, you know. From the get-go, me kind of assess this and more that have a difference in opinion. Like from where even Ganguly I deal with. You get to me, I say, and I understand where they must say clearly, you know, but at the end of the day, if you me have to look on it from like a government perspective, you see. Not from like an emotional perspective, my people. I think most of the entertainers and certain ones are look on it from an emotional perspective and not like, you know, oh, the government would all look on it. Because man, I remember say, when it come out to the government, you govern everybody and you govern like one set of people. So I think them argument would have more stronger if it was like the last 150,000 USD government come down to and them have a pick between the people and JPS and whatever. But I understand that, but that is not the case. There should be more money that they do other things because with that year say other money they will not even touch it. Plus them have this and that and that and that to collect and all of that. So you know there is other monies there. And at the end of the day, as me say, and me I go repeat, when it come on to, and this is just my view. When it come on to the government, you have to govern over everybody and not just some people. So, as me say, you are going to have some people where them home flattened and devastated where them want a new house completely. You are going to have some people where them house mash up, but not to a certain extent, so them can rebuild it back with little assistance. I have some people when I really need no assistance at all. Them have them private ways and means how to do them thing. You have people with shop, bar, stall. You know, you have big stores and wholesale and all of them things that were need for get back up. You have some people where are going merely dependent on the government for aid and relief and support, and anybody else we are bringing to privately. But you have some people when they depend that either way would I prefer for them own hustling. So let's say me in one of them community, me is not a rich person, but me have a shop or support. Me would I want some current for run me shop and whatever, because it don't make sense to have a shop and the profit we probably have to make off of the shop. For the day, you have to go use it to buy just one generator. It does not make no sense to me. You get to me and say, so at the end of the day, as me say, me understand where the ones them I say, but at the end of the day, me think them and them have to just think broader than just like who is severely affected. You have to just think for everybody. And at the end of the day, how me look on it, even the ones them were severely affected. Let's say a man was flat down totally. Me, I go just look on it realistically and just know say government I go come, them I go assess this, them I go verify that, By the time a man forget a back a house, it take months, probably all years, if you don't mind sharp. You get to me and say a man will have him house up already, not have no time for that. A man will have him business up already, not have no time for that. So, but as me say, the piece of money in my view can run this so to JPS for them speed up the process and who can get current, get it. And you don't know, government still have money for look out for poor people and assist who for get assist and so forth. You see, I don't see it as a where it should be a one lane thing where you fix every house first and then you put on like that. Now make no sense to me. But at the end of the day, as me say, I might view that. No fireman them must say a JLP view in a comment section. But I just say cover people and just to give like a perfect example why government can run them thing off of emotions. When it comes down to even like the Maroons, them, you know, a compound Maroon to be specific. To me, them would have more come off as like PNP and me see them bonfire upon the government enough time. But then again, me would have see them basically make a link up with Andrew and me see everybody in a picture, a point finger and you know, verify this and verify that or whatever. So in my view, if the government did have the option for run the country off of emotions, a man that say, well, when always I say when a sovereign or whatever race, so me now go at that place or whatever, then can't do that. Regardless of where curry them as and all them views, you still have to go represent as the government because you don't get the option to represent for one set of people. You have to represent for everybody whether you like them or not. And that's why you get elected. So I don't know why like a lot of people find it hard to understand that part. You see, I think enough people understand, but they might deal with politics still. You see. And also, in that whole maroon link up them, would I even see Spragga Benz praise Richard Curry as him strategic and all of that. Get to me, I say, I want to take a look at this.
Respect to Chief Curry. Continue doing what you're doing because you draw them out now. Now them see what a real leader supposed to be doing. Yeah. Alright. Now them see what it's supposed to be done. I know everybody are going to run in to come try to take your credit. I have to try to discredit you. But big up yourself, Chief Curry. You do a great job.
Boy, oh boy, people, me have to agree with Rick Storm, you know. Me have to agree with him. He might go through the same thing as me. Because the people them bash me and I tell me say, me I work for JLP and this and the third. But me not an affiliation. Maybe he does, you know, through Vegas, you see me. But differently, I don't have any affiliation. And I agree with him totally. But the one Spragga Benz, boy, that brother there, I'm in love with Chief Curry. Shut up, you that. Oh, you move like in, Chief Curry. Bro, chill, dog, chill. Spragga, stop the glazing, bro. Stop the glaze. Stop it, Spragga. Spragga, you look Jano, dog. I mean, even want this, bro, but, dog, just delete that. Yo, fish up, dog. Give it a, dog, what's that, bro? What's that, dog? Why? What's that, brother? Why you glazing like that?
But the problem is, Rick, in mean terms that JPS have a 10-year license where don't even compel them to find a certain amount of money, knowing Jamaica, and every year we have Starman them some of them. So them they have the contingency there, Rick, in the event of a natural disaster, knowing say we have earthquake and Starman them sitting there, Rick.
Am I really gonna have to rebut all this nonsense, this garbage, this farce? Bro, G, yeah, use a brain. You do remember that burial was the previous year, right? And they sustained a lot of infrastructural damages through burial, right? I hope you know that. But take that out, right? You do realize that they restored a lot of power. They fixed a lot of areas, right? So it took a lot of money for them to fix the areas. At one point, over 50% of the island did not have power. And they have done restoration to up to almost 70% so far. So when you're speaking, do speak facts. I no like say them not spend money. I no like say them not put in work. And it's sad to me because I don't want to be here defending JPS. It's just that people are just saying nonsense. Oh, them now have no contingency. Oh, them never did this and oh, they never did. Like, do you understand the amount of money that they're profiting per year? Per year? Just do some research, now, brother. Them now make 100 million US per year. They're not making 100 million per year. So if they're not making 100 million US per year, and then you have this catastrophic event, and it's gonna cost over 500 million. So just understand so that are over 5 years worth of revenues. Over 5 years worth of revenues. So y'all make it look like, oh, it's so simple. You never run a business in your life yet.
So basically money I give out for gambling and luck then.
Rick, JPS, you know, 40% that one Japan company own it, you know. The next 40 one Korean company own it, you know, brother.
Right.
So you tell me, say them companies that can't even go to them governments and say, boy, we need some assistance here. So because
probably because the license are up, them can't get no loan. Based on we make the argument to me that hear from them.
Yo. Such illiterate dunce conversation. So because the company, you know, the owners of the company linked to Japan and Korea, you're saying they should go to the Japanese government and the Korean government for aid. Because Japan and Korea, yeah, JPS is essential to their country. Okay. Because JPS provides utility, power supply to Japan and Korea. Okay. So if JPS crumble, it hurt Japan and it hurt Korea, it hurt Jamaica. But if I aid that, and what incentive would Japan and Korea have to loan money? What incentive? What incentive? If the company crumbles, how does that affect Japan and Korea? Make it make sense. The only country it affects is Jamaica. So obviously, if you're going to go to any government for aid, it's going to be the Jamaican government. Done said. Fool, idiot, idiota.
No, it's a poor argument because what you are telling me, Sir Rick, is this. You don't have no other assets. You don't have no liquid. And that's not true. JPS have assets where them can use as liability for a loan. The Japanese one, them have, listen to me, when the Korean company bought 40% at 285 million US, they bought it for 2007, Rick.
Yeah.
So 40% is valued at 285 million. So a 570 million that, Rick, for the two companies, them valuation from 2007. You know how much value JPS accrue in another whole 18 years there, brother?
Sure.
But let's say for argument's sake, their 80% is valued at 570 million US dollar. Well, what do you mean you can't get no funding? A craft them I use, Rick, to hold the government hostage so them can get a new license quick and fast now.
Sir Dunn said, Sir Dumbass, I'm gonna let you know your argument is quite stupid, moronic to say the least. You're saying that JPS have assets that they can levy to get loans, right? So basically they can court lenders, okay? They can court lenders because obviously their assets and stuff like that and the percentage they're gonna be paying back on the loan is such of value to other lenders. So brother, if it is lucrative and attractive to the lenders, why wouldn't it be lucrative and attractive to Jamaica when it's actually in Jamaica's best interest? Make it make sense now. No fooling. So you mean if you tell me you can't see the reality if you know say, okay, watch ya. It is far better for the Jamaican government to lend JPS the money versus an outside lender. Because if JPS can't pay about the lender, guess what? Them are going to forfeit them assets. To who? To the lender. If Jamaica the lender, then them are forfeited to who? To Jamaica. So obviously it's better for Jamaica to loan them the money. And when we loan them the money, if them can't pay back the loan, we get them assets. We get JPS. Them things are not complicated, you know. I who now make it complicated, you know. Like it a fly so far over on the head. I'm like, bro, shut the F up. No fool.
Right. But so when you say you think say that is a bad idea for them lending money?
No, nothing wrong with lending the money, Rick. But here we go on, Rick. Rick, if me come to you and say, Rick, you know, say, I want to buy a bus, you know, and a 5 million for the bus. You get what I say? So here we go on, Rick, I borrow 2 million from you. You know, the first thing I ask me, I say, all right, let me see your 3 million, you know, because I have to make sure, say, whatever, you have your 3 million to buy the bus. Sure, and if me say me not have the 3 million, Rick, but just give me your 2 million, me can go on and see what me can do. Me can probably buy one car.
So you don't buy the overall money. Wait to that though. But build back the grid or like expedite the process, make it move more faster in terms of building it back.
All right, so notice, you know.
Because to me, based on my understanding, them they already give a projection, say, well, the grid go or whatever, it'll take a particular time for recover, for them fix it back or whatever. You see, but it to me, it's like them I say, well, if them get a piece of food, yeah, more money there for them can actually like speed up the process.
Right. Yeah, because Rick, what's this, you know? When you have capital, you know, it means that you can access manpower, equipment, and resources, right? At a faster pace. It's just like building a house, Rick. If 2 men are building the house, Rick, it might take 2 months. But you can build that house in 10 days by having 20 men a day. Because you have the money.
Obviously, with capital, with more capital, JPS can get a lot more done faster. You understand the basics. So what the problem? What you talk about how much them have? No. Obviously, Darrell Vaza pretty think on the next level, bro G. On the next level, if you say, okay, here we go on. If you can get the next 150, 200 million over the next 3-4 months, we will help. We will loan you even more. They're prepared to do that, you know. If you don't realize it, you know. Because them understand, say, the more them lend JPS, the more ownership them can have in a JPS. If Korea own 40% and Japan company own 40%, guess what? If we lend them 400, 500 million and them can't pay it back, we can take over the company. We, Jamaica, can take over the company or take over a bigger portion of the company because we done 120% already. We can go in and take another 40 and then have majority. I'm just saying.
And in terms of like, I said, the 150 million could have like do other stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, if all right, and me would have more agree with the argument if it was a case where JPS never have no form of projection as to when light are gonna come back. But me I say if it's a case where this can actually make it move a bit faster, me think that is something where them could have do still because you need a place to get back up and running.
All right, so the problem with that, you know, as me say, Rick, the minority shareholder are the only person that come to the table with a dollar, Rick. Just imagine you have some partners, Rick, are run a business. The business place bun down, Rick, and you have 20% night, and the man they were 40-40. Where you say, well, no money there, man, a shuffle about the place, brother.
True.
Where you are gonna say?
But in the yes, I know the business set up at Jamaica Ground with and JPS I don't like a one shop where you can just take up and pull down and carry it in America, go run it or whatever. This is something where in a Jamaica, and this is something where Jamaica people utilize for a daily. So I understand that, and I understand say, well, yeah, you know, it could have used to put on a roof and all of that. But me feel like say, you know, if it can actually like speed up the process to make people get back access to electricity. Plus, in my view, Jamaica have other money at this moment to do other things as well. Because in terms of like even money with them collect and so forth, none of them money they not spend it, then still have them.
No, but the problem is in a Rick.
Yeah.
Problem is in a member said the government have a budget, right? So and all of this going on with Melissa was never part of the budget, was never planned for nothing like that. And a trillions of dollars in our billions upon billions of dollars in our damages. So it means that the government have to go find the money, Rick, from somewhere where they never did plan for in the first place. Now, my point is this. The next two shareholders, major shareholders, Rick, them should have at least come to the table with some money for sure. Say, yes, we make some effort because them say 350 million for deal with the restoration, Rick. So 150 can't even do half of it.
But what you explain now, that's when a company come from Japan and one come from South Korea. So in my view, just looking at it, yeah, them have shares and so forth, but I don't really think them here like that. They're like how the government would have the responsibility for know say, well, because as I say, regardless of who own this, you know, the man where own it are the set of people who own it, them there where them there and them have light at them place. Everybody have ball to the government at this moment and say, well, we need thing that as we say, Nikisha go on nationwide and say a 0% light in a South St. Louis. So if where Vaza say, based on the thing that if we wait it out and whatever, I wait till the 300 million can access, that I got take until we in the next year. And I'm mail company internet and say, well, let the people stay in the darkness and whatever, and it sound rare, but in reality, Andrew, I go get enough beating for that. So he's stating that, well, if me can put the money here and it sharp the process and it you can get back like in a January, February, then me think it's a good move still.
The problem is, Rick, they have to pick and choose you know, which areas to restore.
True.
Rick, and that can be problematic because me understand say critical areas you have to restore them there. You know, the hospitals,
right.
Schools, whatever, public space where critical. Me get that part there. But what will be evident is that the government is at a point where they had to choose who get light and who not get it, Rick.
True, but at the end of the day, to me, as me say, it and a lot of people now go care to even understand. But to me prefer some people have light than nobody at all. Because all right, you have some place where flattening or whatever, when no light or nothing, they're not ready for it. But you have some place where I really did get beaten, but I have some place where fix up back independently or whatever. Them places can go and run and people can go and live them normal life and balancing back this up until funds reach for the whole thing can fix. Me not see why everybody have to go stay in a darkness because the JPS not able to connect in a particular time, General.
All right, so you see, the problem is too, Savas just make the announcement, but there were no preparations for it. Because one, them don't know the interest rate because they don't agree with that yet.
Right.
Them don't know which entity are going to disperse the funds and things like that either, right? The problem with this, Rick, in 2025, the Jamaican people, if I could have even next year, Rick, September, at least JPS can say, by next year, September, everybody will get back light. What they're saying right now is that them short a half of the money, Rick, to restore light. So right now, we don't know when half of the people will get back light, and we should not be in that situation.
True, but may I say it don't happen that way there. And if you can actually get back some of the people and get light, me think it better than nobody not have light at all. Because as me say, you may have some places where not as damage. A man say people in the more upper class communities. It depends, brother. Because what if the more upper class communities more destroyed than certain other place? I have certain other place where business ready or whatever. I think I got common sense. I got tell us I work with the place them where more easier for access till you can work with everywhere. So me think say me not think it's smart.
It's a risky move, Doric. Let me tell you why it's a risky move. You see, if the government say, here we go now, based on our valuation in JPS at 20%, our valuation is 100 million, right?
Right.
All right, we can understand the government lending them that because if push come to shove and there's a loss, them have their 20% valuation where them can always, get that back. You understand what I say? No, if them are lend more than what them have in a shares and a taxpayer's money, it is a high risk thing that I want. What are the guarantees? Right? We don't know. JPS, you don't have no confidence in them right now to the point where I tell them, say, 2027, it now go renew like that, and have to go renegotiate some things and change the current contract. So, yeah, right now, Rick, to be honest with you.
So, so outside of, all right, so outside of that, where you have them do then? Where that do? Give them back the license?
No, you compel JPS to find the funds. You come them up, listen to me, as a company, right, with this type of investment in a country's utilities, you have a legal and moral obligation.
Remember, say JPS are not like Flu and Digicel where you have choice, where if them are going and a girl on the thing, you flood the place with Starlink and whatever. One company in a Jamaica, So you get one company to move faster than them decide to move or whatever.
Because them have the money. If them have the money, Rick, them can have more manpower and more resources and more.
No, so them have the money, Imhotep. I understand that, so them supposed to have the money. We should even have that conversation about me. I say it's set already. So I try to understand how we get a company where a one night in a Jamaica. And I like somewhere else where you have a substitute round here, so where you can say, all right, laps or whatever, make a work with this one over here. So JPS alone. So you get that type of business for speed up whatever without like how you put it in.
Well, as me say, I understand the 150, so it makes sense, But what I say is that JPS just now come to the table with nothing too.
Boy, the guy Imhotep, one bag about problem. One bag about one bag about. I think he's arguing just for arguing sake, in all honesty, Cause at some point, it have to go click and him a chat about JPS now come to the table with anything. Obviously, JPS don't want to borrow the money from Jamaica. Them want the contract. Them don't want to borrow the money. At the contract them want. And Jamaica say, no, we give you the money, we not get the contract. So, me not understand what's so hard for you, click. Like, get it in your brain. They want the contract and the Jamaican government refuses to give them the contract. No extension. Matter of fact, we're going to put them in a worse situation, make it more awkward for them, harder for them, for giving a tough talk. Because them owe a bag of money. So them can't give a tough talk. Because at the end of the day, when we give them 5 years for pay we back, them can't say, them are go out of business. We can say, hey, remember, you owe we money, Over a 5-year period, you have to go pay that back, you know. And you have 2 years on the contract, you know. So you at least have to go run 3 years under what we are saying, okay, you who we.
Right.
Well, let's see one thing, the Father Rick. Yeah, man. So, me think Derval make it best move in a time like this. Urgently needed. No waiting. Him do the right thing. We need energy. We need water. Without energy, nothing can work. I think he make a good choice and the best choice for the people them. No other way couldn't work. No other way. We don't have no other option. This is the fastest way to get things done. And I think he take the right step, not the right direction. People gonna ball, whatever, but we need energy. We need water. Without energy, nothing can work. No horse have to go wait. We need energy, brother. My mother they Hanover and she have a good house and she a ball everything. We need energy.
Even also have to go with the argument. I'm not too subscribe to it because may I said there is other funds there. You know, because as me said, we still see process I go through as it relates to works agency and what them are doing and whatever. And we already know how the government operate to say a lot of the people would are out here and make it seems like government are going to forward and just fix your house and whatever. Well, if a little process have to go through before all of them things they happen. So me agree with what I say, Cooley God say current have to run, but you know, me not see why the people will already have house progress will stop because everybody else now, brother.
We have to understand saying that the house are the last resort in this situation, you know. Until people realize that, say, this gonna be the last resort is you getting back your house. You understand? We have to focus on other things like water to reach the people them. You know what I mean? I said house are the hardest, most expensive thing so far, and that gonna take a while. So people them have to just be patient, yeah, man. Work with the current, the water, and them thing there, brother. And so
I think with politics, what kind of beat the people them to is I don't think a lot of them really study the role of the politicians them in the politics. You know. But think when like all election are go on, this is when we observe with Jamaican and voting, the man them buying to like sweet words instead of policies. So no man really study the role of the MP them and what them can do and empower and whatever. A man just feel like say yeah, a MP can work magic and them just vote off of that. And now them would have really realized because enough ones would have feel like say by now everybody would have get house and whatever, but them would have realized say the government really work that way there. What heap of things that go things have to go through what heap of like process and so forth. So as me say, even like all of who have house and have house problems and all of that, a lot of them now go really get back no house, you know, brother.
Right, and the thing is, you know, Rick, you know, so a person still, you know, a person can live without having pipe water, right? Because them can go river other places and get water. And truck will bring water and them something them. A person can live without even light more time, because they will have the little lamp or whatever. But you see a roof over them head still, a roof over your head, me think that more important than even the light and the water still in a way. For the individual, collectively, yeah, you need back the power and things like that. So, you know, you get things up and running. The shop them can open up, you know, yeah, people can get supplies and things like that. But a roof, people without a roof over them head right now, yeah, it's one of the worst things. They will tell you, they'll rather have a roof over their head right now and know, it's all right, light and water, cool, we can go and deal with some lamp and them sitting there and go river and make truck bring water. But a roof over our head, yeah, that's very important. That's key.
Now, but may I say why all of them the ball can roll simultaneously though?
Yeah. Ride and whistle, man. Ride and whistle. Cause for some weird reason, every time the argument come up, then keep talking about if it's house or light. It don't make no sense. It's just stupid. It is not one or the other. You understand? As me say from the get-go, whole heap of light poles down, wires all over the place. Them things they have to sort out before no places can actually even get up and running. No matter about schools and this and that and the third, you need to fix up about the infrastructure. Before you even fix up some of them houses, you have to go fix back the light, you have to go fix back the road, you have to go maintain the water. Like there's too much to be done. You understand? So different sectors, different leaders. Let Darrell Vaz deal with the energy side, and whoever deal with the housing, them deal with that. You see me? I just say that for me. Love and respect. You know, people are gonna have differences of opinion, but captain of the Vulture Squad, I came, I saw, I vultured that.